I think, from his last two showings, he said he had injuries. You got to believe that. And I just feel that, look, he wants to prove that he ever lost a step. And he's a competitor. So that's what he does. He wants to keep the crowd going. He wants people to stay behind him. So he's going to be in the best shape he's probably ever been in a long time. And he knows he has to do it because Jermell Charlo is coming to fight. Jermell Charlo is one of the few fighters that I've seen in a long time that holds his power throughout the fight. You don't get that in a lot of fighters. But Canelo also is that guy also. He holds his power really well to the end. So it's going to be a great fight, and I can't wait to see it. Look, Jermell is a hard trainer, always has worked hard, and nothing has changed with him as far as I can see. He's gonna be his best, and he's gonna continue to be his best. And people keep out him two-weight divisions. Look, he's a naturally big guy, simple as that, who not struggle to make weight, but he does it the right way. And when you do it the right way, you don't struggle to do it. So, he's going to be a natural 168 pounder that night. I suspect he would probably weigh in about 64, 65. But the night of the fight, I surely expect him to be about 175. Well, first of all, I know he's going to be in great shape because he always is. He takes it as pride. He takes pride in training, and I know he's going to be in great shape. But what he has to do is he has to make every round not be close. Every round that he wins, you're not going to win close rounds against a Canelo Alvarez. Simple as that. When I had Erislandy Lara, I know we had a couple close rounds, but we just knew we had to keep pushing because we know we're not going to get close rounds. But with Canelo, Canelo is not the easiest guy to hit. The guy has great defense, and I know he works on it every single day. So Charlo, he has to be in great shape from the beginning to the end. He has to push this fight. He has to, let his hands go and not be there for the return. And but Canelo, like I said, his defense is really good. He moves his head and then he counters back really well. So this is going to be a great fight, man. But I just think Charlo, him being a year older or a year younger than Canelo, with him, he's going to be in shape. So he's going to throw punches. And as I stated earlier, he gets stronger as the fight goes on. So that's going to be a problem for Canelo. If this is a close fight and it goes into the later rounds, Charlo is going to be there and he's not going anywhere.
Ronnie, do you feel that he can hurt Canelo? Because Canelo has obviously shown a granite chin throughout his career.
Yes, he has a good chin. He does. He has that. But the old saying, you kill the body, the head will die. Charlo has to go to the body. You don't see a lot of fighters going to Canelo's body. And because you have to get close enough to do it. So they're going to have to devise a scheme to where he can get in some body shots and possibly, just wear Canelo down just a little bit so he can hit him on top.
And Ronnie, do you feel that he can win? You've been in this position and you've been on the wrong end of a fight that you felt that Erislandy Lara won.
Yeah.
Can you? And Bivol might have won 9 or 10 rounds and still almost, the fight was close on the cards. I guess what I'm asking, can you beat Canelo in Vegas on the scorecards?
But that's the biggest problem. And, but the thing about it is, going in, you can't think that. You just got to go out there and he just have to go out and win rounds. And let the people judge it. People are always good at judging these fights. So let the people judge it. Look, man, I just hope we have 3 of the best judges that whoever wins deserves to win. And this, some people are going to agree on some rounds and some people are not going to agree on rounds. But Charlo, he has to just not think about, with the judges, how they score in this fight. That's the last thing should be on the fighter's mind. He should just concentrate on what they're doing in the gym and let that incorporate in the fight and just do it that way. And if he if people think he's won the fight, then he's going to get the accolades for that. I give him a 50-50 chance to win this fight. Look, in the gym, you spar with guys that's heavier than you all the time in the gym. So it's not something that he's not used to doing. He's going to have big guys that he's going to spar with. Always do. You never go and say, I'm going to get a smaller guy to work on speed or whatever. You're not going to do that. He's going to spar with bigger guys that he's already been used to sparring with. It's not something that he's not used to. His weight is his weight. I mean, it is what it is. He gets up to probably, 170. I was thinking about 170, to get down to 154. That's natural for him to go into a 7-8 week camp. And then he gets to weight off. This camp, he's not going to have that problem with, trying to get down to a weight. He's going to have to lose maybe 5 pounds, if that, to stay at the level where he's already at normally in the gym. So it's not going to be a surprise to him.
As a trainer, would you see anything in that loss against Bivol that would excite you for Charlo?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, but again, we don't know what Canelo we're going to get in this fight. But I think you have to go back and you have to look at things that Canelo was able to do and things that Bivol was able to do against him. And the same as with Ryder. He couldn't put Ryder away. Ryder was there for the whole fight. He was there to be hit, but Canelo obviously said he had an injury, and you have to believe that. So, but I think Charlo just has to be himself in this fight. He can't be in it. He could take away certain things from both fights, from both Canelo's last 2 fights, but he has to incorporate what he's been doing to get him to the undisputed, junior middleweight champion of the world. And he has to do things that got him there. And so you're going to see him using his jab the way he does and throwing combinations and stepping around. He can't stand and just go toe-to-toe with Canelo. That's not his fight. I think for Jermell, yes, he's improved. As you can see in his last few fights, he's really, as late in fights, he's coming on later in fights because he has that power to do it. And, the kid is always in shape. He trains really hard, man. And, in this fight, he has to understand that he can't give Canelo accolades as far as saying, okay, I'm fighting Canelo Alvarez. No, he gotta block all of that out and just, it's another guy in front of me. And I just have to roll over him the way I've been rolling over everybody late in fights. And he just got to be himself. And once he just be himself, trust me, he's gonna do really great in this fight. And I really believe he has an opportunity to win. And he just have to stay focused. And normally it's hard for this guy to get away from being focused. I mean, he really studies fights. He really studies the opponents, and that's a great thing. Not every fighter studies, their opponent, but this guy, he does. And he's going to know everything about Canelo. So I gave him a great shot in this fight, and he just got to keep his head and just keep doing what got him to where he is right now. I'm going to say Jermell Charlo by split decision.
Wow, Jermell Charlo by split decision. Sam Jackson's putting out those quotes right now as we speak. All right, Roddy, we appreciate the time.